What if I told you that one of hip-hop's most enigmatic figures is back with a project that feels like a time machine? Let's talk about Lil Uzi Vert's new EP, Maverick, Almost Forever, and why it's not just a comeback, it's a masterclass in how artists can rewrite their own narratives. I mean, think about this. Here's a guy who spent years battling label drama, leaked projects, and a global pandemic, only to drop 2 albums that felt like contractual obligations. And then, boom. Out of nowhere, this EP drops like a sledgehammer to the chest of anyone who thought Uzi had lost their edge. But here's the kicker, this isn't just nostalgia. It's proof that sometimes, the best way to move forward is to go back to where you were unstoppable. Let's unpack this. For years, Uzi was the guy who could turn a 6-minute rap into a fever dream. Remember Love Is Rage? That era where every track felt like a sonic explosion, blending trap beats with chaotic energy. Then came Eternal Take, a massive, sprawling album that felt like a peak. But after that, things got weird. Pink Tape. Eternal Take 2. Those weren't just underwhelming, they were almost like Uzi was checking boxes. A System of a Down cover. A big-time Rush collab. It felt like a man trying to keep up with a world that had moved on. And honestly, it worked against him. Because when you're a star, people expect you to evolve, but sometimes, evolution just means losing what made you special. Now, Maverick, Almost Forever. It's like someone flipped a switch. The production here isn't just good, it's relentless. Tracks like Gas, Break feel like they were recorded in a single take, with Uzi spitting so fast you can barely catch your breath. And the beatmakers, Trilla and Z Goins Razy, are doing things that remind you why they're legends. This isn't just a return to form, it's a reminder that Uzi never stopped being a machine. But what's fascinating is how he's using this EP as a bridge. It's not a carbon copy of his early days, it's a conversation with them. Like on Yoko, where he references his current partner but still nods to the past. It's almost like he's saying, yeah, I've grown, but I'm not done with the things that made me me. And here's where it gets really interesting, this EP isn't just about music. It's about survival. Uzi's been through hell, label battles, public meltdowns, a pandemic that cancelled his birthday show. But this project feels like a declaration. I'm not going quietly. It's a message to critics, fans, and even himself. Because let's face it, when you're a star, the pressure to stay relevant is suffocating. But Uzi isn't just staying relevant, he's redefining what relevance means. And that's the real takeaway here. In an industry that loves to bury artists after their prime, Maverick is proof that reinvention isn't about abandoning your roots, it's about digging them up and using them as fuel. So what does this mean for Uzi's future? Well, personally, I think this EP is the spark that could reignite his career. But more than that, it's a lesson for anyone who's ever felt like they've lost their way. Because sometimes, the answer isn't to chase the next trend, it's to go back to the thing that made you unstoppable in the first place. And if that's not a reminder of why music matters, I don't know what is.